see this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 71. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, rain. High 71. Chance of rain 70%. Rainfall around 1/4 inch. Tuesday night, cloudy. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Not everyone is complaining about this early taste of winter. Check it out. This is Piper Pippa, a Siberian Husky, enjoying the snow. This is in Plain City, Ohio. And just like my dog, she loves to prance in the snow as well. So you just got to get out there and make good use of your time, I guess, right? When you got all that snow out there to play with and sniff around and make some snowballs, make a snow hut. And who knows, maybe the kids will get a snow day one of these days coming up as well, because we've got a lot of snow in the forecast. We're going to show you just how much snow is covering the ground right now across the lower 48 in just a moment. But first, you need the cold temperatures for any snow to happen, and we're going to be tracking that as well. Look at the lows that we're expecting come Wednesday morning. Yeah, make sure you get up early enough to have that hot cocoa, the hot oatmeal for the kids. 6 degrees for your low in Akron, 23 in New York City, enough to break records. These are what we're forecasting to break records. 20 degrees in Washington, D.C., 17 in Roanoke, Virginia. So it's going to be brutal, especially compared to what you have right now. As a matter of fact, New York City, Philadelphia, enjoy the mild weather while you got it. It's 50 degrees. You do see the 30s, in fact, low 30s back towards western New York and western Pennsylvania. That's where we're currently getting some of that snowfall. But we've got much colder air that's going to be diving down the eastern half of the country. The jet stream pretty much visiting the Gulf of Mexico right now. So that's going to keep our highs well below average. We're talking 15 to 30 degrees below average. So let's break it down for you, showing you tomorrow morning getting down below freezing in New York and D.C. Not below freezing in Boston yet, but wait, Wednesday morning we will. 24 for your low, 24 in Burlington to start your day on Wednesday, and Thursday we keep it freezing across the Northeast and New England, and that's just going to allow whatever snow accumulates out there to stick around. And for more on that, here is Nick.
Hey, Kelly, if those images don't make people have a craving for hot cocoa, these will. Look at the comparison from last year to this year as far as the snowfall totals. I mean, does that tell the story or what? Just an amazing amount of snow. And can you even, picture the snowfall? We had it even in Texas today. It was just amazing. And of course, the Northeast has got that lake effect snow, so we're going to add even more to all this
Hard
mess.
to believe more than 50% of the lower 48 has some sort of snow cover, but it's deeper when you head up to the Great Lakes, because that is where the snow has been really coming down. We've been following these lake effect snow bands coming right off of Lake Michigan, also coming off of Lakes Erie and Ontario. The temperature of these waters still relatively warm compared to the air blowing over them.
They really are. Look at the temperatures. I mean, this is amazing. 44 degrees here across portions of Lake Michigan, and in the 40s, even upper 40s across much of Lake Erie. You get the cold air. I mean, we're talking about teens and 20s coming across that. That's just going to deposit it in the form of snow.
You get that instability, you get convective snow bands. Sometimes you hear that clap of thunder along with the heavy snow. This is what we're calling for in the northern parts of lower Michigan, up to a foot or more. How about up to 18 inches around the Traverse City area? Also quite a bit of snow in the upper peninsula of Michigan.
And of course, this is going to be pretty widespread, not just over the western lakes, but over the eastern lakes as well. And we're beginning to see now temperatures fall down below the freezing mark. So some of this that we had rain earlier in Buffalo, it's all snowfall right now, and we're seeing more of that. That'll be coming off of Lake Ontario as well.
Unfortunately, Nick, I saw reports too out of Erie, I believe, or in the northwestern corner of Pennsylvania, cars sliding out, sliding off the roads already. So again, this is early in the year for this to be happening, so you got to get into that mindset to slow down and look at what kind of snows we're expecting here across the west end of the New York State Thruway, not to mention the low visibility that you're going to encounter as well.
You're going to eventually encounter that across Lake Ontario as well. And we are beginning to see some snowfall. snowfall, particularly from the higher elevations back near the lake. But the temperatures just now coming down near the freezing mark. And these are the kind of totals we're going to see here.
Yeah, the Tugs, the Tug Hill Plateau is going to see quite a bit. In fact, more than 2 feet of snow. Mind you, a lot of this could be coming down in a relatively short period of time. So we're going to be needing the snow blowers for sure. Over 2 feet of snow is possible in that lighter shade of pink right there. And even down towards the Syracuse area, it's going to be a doozy.
I tell you what, the winter storm enthusiasts are going to love this. The winter,
cross country.
Yeah, recreation, you know, and you know, they like to get out there on the snowmobile. This is the time to do it for sure.
Great exercise, and yeah, we are expecting this to be a prolonged event. With the cold temperatures, they're going to stick around as well. Well, our storm specialist Kim Cunningham is coming up next with expert analysis as we continue tracking this relentless Arctic air. Our special report, America's Deep Freeze, will make sure you know how to dress when you wake up tomorrow morning.
Plus, how you need to prepare your children as they wait on the school bus. With parts of all 50 states waking up to below freezing temperatures over the next couple of mornings, you'll need to know this information. We're back after your local on the 8s.
And there's a live look at Buffalo, New York, just one place we're tracking all that lake effect snow.
This program brought to you by Farmers. Get smarter at farmers.com.
The more you learn about your insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you thought you were covered for this, when you're really only covered for this. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
My son is going to wash the family Prius. He insisted on using the rain to save water. 14 years ago, I insisted on buying our first Prius. Because, like Toyota, we both know there's a way to do things, and a way to do things even better. The Prius. Toyota. Let's go places.
When he first joined the Army, I was very nervous.
We didn't know what they would have him doing. But Bobby always had a plan.
With unmatched training in over 150 careers beyond the battlefield, there are over 150 surprising ways to become Army strong. Talk to your son or daughter about opportunities in the Army.
My grandson's got this blankie that gets filthy. But he's got such sensitive skin that you worry about what you use in the laundry. So I use new Tide Pods, free and gentle, to get a deep clean that's gentle on skin.
Ooh. New Tide Pods, free and gentle.
We got this one. We got Pepper. Did he help pick it out? No, he's a cat. How'd I get so big? Where am I? You're Mom's belly. How'd I get there? Wizards. Can you make it go faster? No, I already tried. Is this mine? That one's for Alice, but she doesn't know it yet. Why not? Mom says she's still cooking.
Capture your memories with Hallmark keepsake ornaments.
Apples are good, as Strongbow hard cider better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal the top 5 airports with the most weather delays. Is yours on the list? Find out. Wake Up with Al and AMHQ this week on the Weather Channel Mornings.
Currently in our area, 83 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 71. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, rain. High 71. Chance of rain 70%. Rain 1/4 inch. Tuesday night, cloudy. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Look at this.
Listen to that.
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Thought we were going to have a little more time to adjust to the fall weather before it was winter.
It's a quick changeover, so just be prepared for that. That cold air is really going to come in fast.
We didn't have any fall, like a week of fall, and now we're getting all the snow, so it's pretty crazy.
Crazy cold. Welcome back to Weather Center Live. I'm Nick Walker. A cold, hat-wearing, coat-clutching, hot chocolate drinking kind of week we have going here. To put things into perspective, parts of all 50 states will drop down below freezing tonight, and that means you'll have a frosty start to your morning. For more on this relentless Arctic air, let's turn things over to meteorologist Kelly Cass. Kelly?
And Nick, you just want to make sure you get that car running a little extra early in the morning. Make sure you got plenty of gas in there as well. You do not want to be stranded in this kind of cold. It's dangerous in some cases. Check out the temperatures right now. We are in the mid-teens in Chicago, also down towards Indianapolis. This does not even factor in the wind that's pretty gusty in some areas like St. Louis, where it's 22, 15 degrees in Minneapolis. So all those layers are coming in handy if you're heading out there this evening. And in fact, I mentioned the wind chill factors. This is what it feels like when you step outside, because those winds are gusting over 20 in some cases. Look at that, -4 in Chicago. When you step outside, that's what it feels like. -3 in Green Bay, feels like 0 in Indianapolis. Single digits from St. Louis right on back towards Kansas City as well. So yeah, needless to say, it's very cold across the eastern half of the nation, while it's pretty warm in the southwest for now. But pretty much every state in the lower 48, even Hawaii and Alaska, when you count those higher elevations, are going to be experiencing below freezing temperatures tonight. So you can see the very cold showing up in that lighter shade of purple, especially here in the upper Midwest, where temperatures are falling to 4 degrees in Minneapolis tomorrow morning. Wednesday morning, we're going to feel those teens in Chicago as well as Detroit. Don't forget, we've got snow on the ground in a few of these locations, helping to kind of refrigerate that air mass that's overhead. And you'll notice that we're going to go even lower as we head towards Thursday morning, falling to just 1. I guess it's better than 0 or below 0 in Minneapolis and Chicago. Your average high is 47. We are not going to get there until perhaps this weekend, so there's something to look forward to. All right, Nick, over to you.
Well, as you've come to count on, we're out in the middle of this first big lake effect snow slam of the season. Mike Bettis is in Hamburg, New York, south of Buffalo. All right, we know that folks here are used to snow, lots of it, but Mike, how well prepared is the area this time around for what could be feet of snow?
Well, I think they're ready, Nick. You know, we just talked to a few folks that were out for some dinner tonight, and I asked a lot of them, I said, what's a big snow to you? What gets you worried? And they all basically consensus was, it's got to be at least a foot to even concern us here in Hamburg. You know, here in Western New York, they are very, very used to lake effect snow. A lot of them say it's early for this kind of snow, but we know that it can come, that's for sure. Now, last time we talked to you down here on the sidewalk, it was just wet, but now notice we've got some snow cover now. So it is just now beginning for us, and trust me, folks, when I tell you this, you're going to get a lot more than that. That's just about 1/10 of an inch right now. We're looking for potentially feet of snow. In this part of the world, the snow now coming in off the lakes with a good west wind, even a southerly component to the wind, and that means we're in the heart of it here, Buffalo, down through Dunkirk, down toward Erie, PA. So the forecast for this area, if you look at this area that's highlighted in pink on our maps, it's 2 feet plus. So we're talking, folks, About here on me, maybe just above the kneecap, is how much snow we'll be digging out of. I can tell you this, Nick and Kelly, the plows have been around the circle here over and over and over. They just laid down some salt on the roundabout here, so they're already prepared for it here this evening. It's going to be a tough go overnight, and tomorrow morning's commute could be dangerous in a lot of western New York, guys.
No doubt about it. Thanks so much, Mike Bettis there. Near Buffalo, and Kim Cunningham, our storm specialist, with me now, and we are looking at so many areas that are going to see that just pile up overnight and over the next 24, 36
November is somewhat notorious for lake effects. Now, this is one of the big months that we can get them because we still have, it's relatively warm still. We get this cold blast coming across the lakes. So we're going to see that. It's going to be tremendous, the amount of snow we're going to see. Maybe blizzard conditions in Buffalo. So right now, Nick, I want to show the visible satellite from earlier today because as a meteorologist, you look at this and you're like, wow, that's cold. And how do we know that? Because look at the way the clouds are, the stratus, the striations in here. That is so much cold air coming over this land right now that you can see it in the way the cloud formations are. Just incredible. And what you can see here is the beginning of the lake enhancer lake effect snows here coming in off of Lake Michigan.
We got those west winds just pretty much straight across places like Lake Michigan and Lake Erie, and we're continuing to see the snow just pile up on the lee shores of that.
Yeah, we're seeing blowing snow, so visibilities are down, especially here off of Lake Michigan. Now, we have about 80 to 90 miles of lake
lots
water.
Of fetch.
So lots of fetch, plenty. You only need about 60 or so, and we've got plenty. So we're seeing those bands, streamers, all the way over to the eastern part. Sometimes they're over 100 miles long, too. It's pretty amazing. And the temperatures, and we're going to talk about this because the reason we see lake effect is because the difference in the temperature from the lake to the atmosphere. Huge temperature change. 14 degrees in Chicago right now, 20 in Cleveland. That's the air temperature, right? The lake water temperatures are in the 40s, near 50 degrees. So what happens when you drop an ice cube in a bowl of soup? Well, the soup actually warms up or cools a little bit, right?
Sure.
So what's happening, so we have the cold air over that warm lake water. It actually will warm the water, or warm the air right above the surface, so it begins to rise.
And of course, rising air.
As long as it's cold aloft, right, it's going to keep rising. We get the clouds to form, and we're going to see those lake effect bands continue for a long time. Now, this is about 250 miles across Lake Erie. Now, I'm going to put this here because look what happens is 8 o'clock tonight. The fetch is from the southwest, a perfect trajectory for Buffalo. 2 o'clock in the morning, it's the same. 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. It doesn't change, Nick. So that's why we're so concerned about Buffalo.
Yeah. We are so used to that wind direction changing at least a little bit over time, but not this time.
Yeah, we will see a break, though. It looks like Wednesday, what's going to happen, the next storm begins to approach, and the winds will begin to what we call back. So more from the southwest, and more of a warm wind coming over the lakes. So that's going to stop the lake effect, at least temporarily. And then it comes back in Wednesday night and Thursday with the next Arctic air blast to come through. But the amounts, incredible. We're talking maybe over 3 feet in some cases.
Amazing. And so this is going to be a fairly short amount of time before things change.
Right, absolutely. So you guys be ready. We could see 3 to 5 inches an hour of snow. That's tough to keep up with.
Amazing. Okay, back to you, Kelly.
All right, thanks so much, guys. We want to check in now with NBC's Jay Gray, tracking that relentless Arctic air in St. Louis tonight. Temperatures in the low 20s right now. In fact, highs were nearly 30 degrees below average.
The bitter temperatures, brutal conditions, and battle against the elements continued overnight and into today.
This is a good wake-up call for this morning.
More than half the country waking up to snow on the ground. Kansas City is frozen solid. The water from this mountain still flowing, but quickly turns to ice. Kids and a few grown-ups are making tracks in Louisville, Kentucky, and while hillsides can be fun, it has been tough sledding for drivers. Accidents, litter, roadways, and highways. The elements are being blamed for at least 6 deaths across 4 states.
In just about every case, it started with a vehicle losing control on those icy roads.
Conditions that stretch from South Texas through the East Coast, and forecasters warn more ice and snow is on the way. Too much, too soon for many who say they aren't ready to take on the elements this early in the season.
I'm not ready for winter.
Ready or not, it's here. For more than 100 million people across the country dealing with temperatures below freezing right now.
We're going to talk more about that significant lake effect snow that's going on right now. Some places measuring that snow in feet instead of inches. We're going to tell you exactly what is lake effect snow.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 71. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, rain. High 71. Chance of rain 70%. Rainfall around 1/4 inch. Tuesday night, cloudy. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
At Pep Boys, we've got big holiday deals going on right now. Like a Touring 2-ton jack for only $10, or an electric razor scooter for just $99. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Break the ice with breath-freshening, cooling crystals. Icebreakers.
Hugging a tree in average women's flannel. Hugging a tree in Duluth Trading free swinging flannel. Duluth free swinging flannel. Moving made easy. Flannel made fetching. Get it. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
We're new to the Pacific Northwest. The rain, the mud, but bam, it's there. The outside comes in. It's a Swiffer wet jet. Oh, I love this. I could do this every day. Ugh. Sunshine is overrated. Now we can get messy.
Apples are good. A Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery in high-tech devices. Up to 6 times longer than the other leading brand.
Ring, ring. Progresso. It's okay that your soup tastes like my homemade.
It's our slow-simmered vegetables and tender white meat chicken.
Apology accepted. I'm watching you, soup people.
Make it Progresso or make it yourself.
So we've had a Tempur-Pedic for a while, but now that we have the adjustable base, it's even better.
When I put my feet up on this bed, my stress just goes away.
I'm gonna go up. Our Tempur-Pedic is the best thing in our house, except for my husband.
Wait, where are you going? Discover how Tempur-Pedic can move you. And now, through December 1st, save up to $500 on a Tempur-Pedic mattress and adjustable base.
What if there was a credit card where the reward was that new car smell and the freedom of the open road? A card that gave you that I'm 16 and just got my first car feeling. Presenting the Buy Power card from Capital One. Redeem earnings toward part or even all of a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac with no limits. So every time you use it, you're not just shopping for goods. You're shopping for something great. Learn more at buypowercard.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Did you know that a part of the Weather Channel team is one of the leading experts on lake effect snow? I'm talking about our own Tom Nizzle.
And last year, he got a chance to team up with researchers as they looked at what causes lake effect snow and how it forms. It's called the OWLS Project, and here's Tom to explain all about it.
Temperatures in the single digits, 30+ mile-an-hour winds, wind chills of 30 to 40 below zero. While it sounds like hell for some, it's heaven for atmospheric research scientist Karen Kasiva.
What you're looking at here is a radar display of what's going on outside this radar. We're in the middle of a lake effect snow event.
Just north of Ellisburg, New York, Karen's research center is what's called a DOW, a Doppler on wheels. It's one of several mobile radars that gather data literally in the middle of the storm.
Why this radar? Why not use one of the National Weather Service radars that are located 50, 60, in some respects 100 miles away that look at the storms?
These storms have a lot of structure with them. They have a lot of vortices sometimes associated with them, a lot of localized winds, and we can see that with our radar, and we can see where that's happening. And the National Weather Service radars can't see that.
Karen is gathering data for a project called OWLS, or the Ontario Winter Lake Effect Snow. It's a $4 million project, and it involves dozens of scientists as well as students from 8 separate universities.
You know, one of the biggest challenges of predicting lake effect snows is their localized nature. Let me give you an example. Right here, we're looking behind us. The visibility is only a couple of hundred yards, but only 4 to 5 miles away, we've got clear skies out there. What the researchers hope to gain from the OWLS research project is to learn more about these small-scale events.
All right, let her rip. Other OWLS scientists are positioned right in the teeth of the snow band, measuring temperature, pressure, and humidity.
Heading right into that band. Go, baby.
By using balloons with a small radio transmitter attached.
The soundings that we launch can help forecasters learn more about what the conditions are like around the band, and that can help them know when the bands might shift and when they might intensify or weaken.
We're looking at the radars, we're looking at the winds, we're looking at the three-dimensional structure of these storms and how that relates to what's happening at the surface.
Add that to data from a University of Wyoming plane that flies into the lake effect snow bands to measure ice, water, and other particles.
We're actually being able to fly and sample those particles, which help us better understand how precipitation forms in these bands.
All that data is gathered and analyzed in the science building at the State University of New York at Oswego.
It's like an upside-down supercell almost. Yeah.
And what's it like to chase those bands? It can be a white knuckler when you catch up to one. In our next report, I'll join a top lake effect scientist to punch one of those bands and see the turmoil from the inside.
We'll have more of Tom's report coming up in the next hour. But first of all, let's talk about lake effect snow. And this really is the time of the year where you really start to see it crank up. November into December, even into early January, when the waters of the Great Lakes are still relatively warm compared to the air that's blowing across them. So you got this very Arctic air mass swooping all the way down toward the south, and with those cold winds blowing across the Great Lakes, depending on where you live and exactly where those winds set up, that will determine where we get the heaviest snow band occurring. So right now you can see the winds coming in from the west and northwest, picking up that moisture off of Lakes Erie and Ontario. Usually as we get deeper into the winter season, we see much of Lake Erie freezing over. So the lake effect isn't going to be much of a factor anymore. But right now it is wide open for business. The warmer air or the warmer water, then you got the cold air blowing across it. And boy, do you have instability with these snow bands that do occur as you got that warm, moist air rising and being lifted up and taken downwind, and where the air mass is cold enough, and we do have those temperatures only in the 20s and even low 30s. That's why we're able to see that snow supported. So the snow squalls are developing across the western parts of New York State. We've already had reports of accidents, cars sliding off the roads across northwestern Pennsylvania. And you can see right now a lot of blue showing up in the Tug Hill Plateau. We're talking Watertown, Fort Drum, right along Interstate 81. Watch out. Looks like the bulk of it right now heading into the southern Adirondack Park. Most of it just north of the New York State Thruway. So Syracuse for now is okay. But boy, this snow is really going to be piling up between now and Thursday. How about feet of snow? More than 2 feet is possible in that area in the lightest pink right there, including the Watertown area. So the snow blowers definitely coming in handy, better than the shovels, that's for sure. And it looks like a very snowy week for places like Watertown, New York. Stay with us.
Thought it'd be bigger.
nothing I can't reach in my Subaru.
Introducing the all-new Subaru Outback. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
At Planners, we know how to throw a remarkable holiday party. Just serve classy snacks and be a gracious host, no matter who shows up. Richard, didn't think you were going to make it.
Hey, sorry about last week. I don't know what got into me.
Yeah, well, forgive and forget. Kind of. I don't think so. Did you guys see that?
Do you like nuts?
Sunday nights.
When the wind blows.
The Weather Channel unravels nature's darkest secrets.
I saw something. I don't know how to explain it.
Every Sunday.
It's a story that's got a life of its own.
A new tale of weather legend.
It may have just looked like a storm, but they were dealing with something far worse.
American Supernatural. Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 71. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, rain. High 71. Chance of rain 70%. Rainfall around 1/4 inch. Tuesday night, cloudy. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Apples are good. A Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow motion horse, the bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
For all the joy they bring and all the love they give, this holiday season, remember to give back to your companions, your co-stars, and your co-conspirators. Petco can help with thousands of gifts on sale, like aquariums or small animal habitats now just $39.99. Plus, earn 5% back with Pals Rewards. Joy, love, pets. Petco, the power of together.
At CVS Health, we took a deep breath and made the decision to quit selling cigarettes in our CVS pharmacies. Now we invite smokers to quit too with our comprehensive program. We just want to help everyone, everywhere, breathe a little easier. Introducing CVS Health, because health is everything.
Maybe you didn't know, people with the flu can spread it up to 6 feet away. Or that flu can make chronic conditions worse. Maybe you didn't know any of the stuff your Rite Aid pharmacist knows. But now that you've gotten your flu shot at Rite Aid, maybe you don't need to.
Moses, you say that you didn't cause all this. Your God did.
I'm a god!
I don't think so. Let's see who's more effective at killing. You, your God, or me. Remember this for eternity.
Follow me! You will be free!
Rated PG-13.
Oh, no.
Who are you?
Daddy, this is Blair. He booked this room with Priceline Express.
How does the Dyson Ball vacuum at only $449 have better overall performance across all floors than any other vacuum?
This is an example of how we test machines. It proves ours has stronger suction than this vacuum. In fact, it has the strongest suction of any vacuum. Our ball technology turns on the spot, and with its wider cleaner head, you can cover the room faster.
Order today and you'll receive a free flat-out tool and free durable tool bag, even free shipping to your door at buydyson.com.
Meet the girl who's got everyone talking.
You're pregnant.
But I've never had sex. Critics are calling Jane the Virgin's Gina Rodriguez flat out amazing. There's nothing plain about Jane.
You are way too defensive. I'm not defensive.
She's funny, impressive, charming, ingenuous, a revelation.
I don't usually wear clamshells.
Jane the Virgin is a star vehicle, and Rodriguez is a star.
I'm having a baby.
Critics love the new series Jane the Virgin.
Tonight at 9 on CW34 WTVX.
They would take better care of her. Always.
Protect what matters. Get flood insurance.
Look at this!
Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. I'm meteorologist Kim Cunningham, and boy, we have a lot to talk about. The deep freeze that's taking over the eastern half of the country. 50 states will see temperatures somewhere in that state below freezing, including Florida. So this is quite an air mass that we're dealing with, plus lake effect snow. Huge story coming up the next 24 to even 48 hours for some of you. So look at these temperatures right now. We're going to talk about the cold air that's coming in. Arctic air, we're at 16 in Minot, 13 here in Chicago, Cincinnati at 22 degrees. So it is cold and it is blustery and it is just a miserable night for folks. And if you make a living out in this stuff, you know, you work outside or maybe you plow for a living this time of the year, well, you've got your hands full, and boy, it's dangerous to be out there for a long period of time too. Wind chills, and what we're doing is we're looking at the temperature, we're factoring the wind. In some cases, that's blowing 15 to even 35 miles per hour, and it's making it feel like this. So this, again, a very dangerous night to be out and about. Make sure you're checking on the elderly. It's bitterly cold in many places, and hopefully everybody's got heat tonight. Winds, as I mentioned, we're seeing a wind gust of 30 miles per hour around Chicago right now. So definitely the windy city here tonight, and it is miserable. Now, the winds, that cold air blowing over the warm lake waters. This image just blows my mind. Now, if you didn't know better, you would think this was maybe a dust storm moving through Phoenix, right? That's what it looks like. This is a lake effect band over Buffalo, coming right off of Lake Erie. And notice how localized it can be. You can go from nothing on the east side of town or the north side of town to almost zero visibility in the snow. So this is absolutely amazing. Look at this, just amazing right here. So this is what we'll be looking at here in Buffalo over the next 24 to 48 hours. Where right now we do have the southwest winds coming into the area. We've got some lake-enhanced snow showers going on. The upper level system still over the area. So we're getting some snow, but also getting some enhancement from some of the lakes as well, even off of Lake Michigan. So we have those west winds, southwest winds, the perfect trajectory for Buffalo to get hammered. Cleveland, not so much for you, maybe northeast of you. We're seeing some lake effect snow showers now coming in to the western parts of Lake Michigan, western parts of Michigan, I should say, lower Michigan. And then we continue to see those westerly winds across the region over the next 24 to 48 hours in some cases. Temperatures right now, we're at 12 in Green Bay, 13 in Chicago. Why is that significant? 20 in Cleveland. Well, you look at the lake temperatures, we're in the 40s. The lake waters are in the 40, close to 50 degrees. So you put that cold air over that warm lake water, and that cold air will begin to warm a little bit right above the surface because the water's temperatures are so warm, and that warm air is going to rise as long as the air above it is cold. So it's unstable. And that's when we see the lake effect bands really begin to develop here. And especially if the layer of cold air is really deep through the atmosphere. That's what we're looking at with this event as well. So we have the lake effect bands setting up here tonight. We'll see those streamers coming in, especially here to the south towns of Buffalo, maybe eventually swinging up towards the north towns, but at least thinking the southern towns, the south towns will see the heaviest snowfall with this. So we're going to start here in western Michigan, 8 to 12 inches of snow, incredible amounts here, but not as much as we're going to see here off of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. One reason being we have over 240 miles of lake water, okay, to pick up moisture, to really get this going. And this is the type of scenario, too, that we could see thunder snow. It's going to be that unstable with over 3 feet of snow possible. Lake Ontario, you guys, especially here at the Tug Hill Plateau near Watertown, possibly over 2 feet. This is through Thursday, guys. And this is just one of the big events. We're going to see another one come in Wednesday into Thursday with more snowfall snowfall in some of these areas. So just absolutely amazing here. And actually, we could see maybe 5 inches in an hour in some cases here. So Nick, we'll keep you up to date on this. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Kim. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Okay, it might be a little early to start singing, but Old Man Winter is here. Inch after inch of snow, record low temperatures, relentless Arctic air. Our live coverage of America's deep freeze continues after your local on the 8s.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy early with increasing clouds overnight. Low 71. Winds southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday, rain. High 71. Chance of rain 70%. Rainfall around 1/4 inch. Tuesday night, cloudy. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Right now, you are watching a Weather Center live report, America's deep freeze. Our team is out in full force as we watch the relentless Arctic air mass push east, bringing the coldest temperatures we've seen so far this season. We're also looking at the lake effect snow machine kicking into high gear. This will be a long-lasting snow event, bringing impressive snow totals. Some places could see several inches of snow per hour through the night. And there are tornadoes to talk about too, with several already confirmed, and the threat for more storms continues into tonight. We are covering it all for you from the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta. You're watching Weather Center Live. And thank you so much for joining us on this Monday night. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Nick Walker. And when we talk about relentless Arctic air, we're not kidding. All 50 states will see temperatures below freezing tonight in some part of the state. How's that for an early taste of winter?
And that's approximately 225 million people who are going to see temperatures below freezing tonight, and that continues a record-breaking week. We are keeping track, our experts here at the Weather Channel, the number of records, Nick, 23.
Amazing.
And look how many states.
Look how many states affected. 11 states affected by those records since Sunday. It's widespread. And it's not only affecting areas toward the north, it is headed south. And we're going to see this relentless Arctic air attack on places like Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, get this. Since 1878, only 9 years in Atlanta have had highs in the 30s on or before November 18th. And it looks like we're going to be there tomorrow with a high temperature of 36 degrees. Record lows are possible Wednesday morning. All right, we've got a little bit of a less cold scenario playing out there on Wednesday, then dipping down still below freezing during the nighttime hours. But look at all of the freeze warnings and watches in effect across the south. These go from Texas across Louisiana on into portions of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. This is the area where you need to make sure that anything that's left outside, you need to bring it in if you want it to survive. You know, those plants, bring them in the garage. You want it to last a little bit longer. And be careful with your pets, too, okay? Don't leave them out for very long, because as temperatures are already falling into the 30s in Atlanta, down to freezing in Memphis, 36 in Jackson, we are going to continue to see these temperatures fall during the nighttime hours, and especially into tomorrow morning and on into Tuesday morning. So much colder air making its way southward on into Florida. We'll see high temperatures throughout this area, 15 to 30 degrees below your average. Here is what we're talking about. 23 tomorrow morning in Atlanta, 19 in Nashville, and then Wednesday morning, we're going to see temperatures drop even more here. Everybody down into the 20s and teens, and then a little bit of a respite by the time we get into Thursday morning, but still a lot of us are going to see those temperatures well below freezing before we ramp it back up by the weekend into the 60s again. Kelly?
Well, Nick, that lake effect snow machine is really starting to crank up, and it's one reason why snow covers more than half the country right now. Our own Mike Bettis started the day in Erie, Pennsylvania. Tonight, though, he's in Hamburg, New York, just south of Buffalo. And Mike, I see you got the shovel. You ready to get some exercise out there?
I think a lot of folks here in Worcester, New York will be getting some exercise with the snow that's coming, Kelly. There's no question about that. But don't forget, you know, there's a proper way to shovel and there's an improper way to shovel. Remember, when you're shoveling, it's not one of these and you toss, you know, you're going to strain your back. You're going to pick up a big shovelful and use all back. Remember, bend those knees, get down on that snow. You don't have to pick up a whole shovelful either. Lift with your legs and then you can toss, all right? Just remember that. Don't strain the back too much. You'll thank me for it. And at times we could have some very thick, heavy, wet snow. So, you know, that is what we call heart attack snow. I mean, truly, not to make light of it, but that's definitely what can happen if you're not prepared. Make sure you warm up, make sure you got your muscles nice and loose, and maybe just a little bit of quick cardio before you go out and do it cold. You know, do some jumping jacks or something inside the house before you go out there. All right, let's talk about the snow. Plows are out tonight. They are already ready for it, but are you ready for it? The heaviest of snow has fallen here in the last, say, hour or so. Maybe going to taper off a bit, but our winds are now out of the southwest and we're getting a fetch off the lake. They may turn a little bit more from the west and that'll really target us here in around Hamburg and just south of Buffalo. How much will we be picking up? I got to tell you folks, it's an impressive forecast to say the least. Any areas that you may see on our maps that are highlighted in pink, 2 or more feet of snow coming for the next 2+ days. A lot of that, Kelly, Kim, Nick, I gotta tell you, it may happen during rush hour. Now the folks here, Kim, they say it's gotta be at least a foot to bother us, but still, if the snowfall rates are anything like what we're talking, it's gonna be hard to stay up with it.
Yeah, it's going to be bothering them. That is for sure, Mike. And, you know, my favorite way to shovel is actually to hire somebody else to do it. That's a safe way, right?
What do you pay, by the way?
I don't know. I would pay a lot, though, I think, especially a couple feet of snow.
All right.
Are you for hire, Mike? All right. Well, thanks, Mike. We appreciate it, and we're going to talk about some of that lake effect snow. Again, listen to Mike. It's good advice if you're going to be out shoveling over the next couple of days. I know a lot of you, are shoveling savvy here in the Buffalo area. So let's talk about the upper level system, and it's way back in here still. So this thing is really, really drug a lot of cold air with it, and so we're seeing all that cold air come southward. And Bozeman in the past, all done with Bozeman. That's heading off the coast. We're going to be watching our next winter storm in the making here over the next couple of days, and we'll talk about that as well. But right now we're looking at lake effect snow showers anywhere off of Lake Michigan, off of Lake Superior. We've had some here. Now we're getting those southwest winds over Lake Erie, and eventually we'll get that into Lake Ontario, where we're going to see some of the heavier snows as well. So the trajectory, the wind direction, very important for where these bands do set up. Cleveland, this is not the kind for you. You need more of a west-northwest wind to get to the city of Cleveland. We're seeing more southwest, so that's more of a Buffalo, maybe Erie, northeast part of the state of Ohio, maybe seeing some of the heavier bands. So you guys will see some, but not a lot. Grand Rapids, we're seeing light snow right now and some blowing snow with this, but we're going to see that band of snow set up, especially off of Lake Erie. Again, plenty of real estate here to work with as far as lake water into the Buffalo area. This is taking us over the next 24 hours, where by 2 o'clock in the morning, we're still with those southwest winds, and we continue to see that all the way through 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So nothing changes. So that's why we're thinking Buffalo could get crushed, especially the south towns, seeing some of that very heavy snow and even thunder snow. It's going to be that unstable that we could see some snowfall rates, maybe 3 to 5 inches per hour. Then we're going to catch a break on Wednesday, by the way, as the winds switch around, and then Thursday I'll be back again. So how much are we talking about? Mike talked about a couple feet possible in some isolated spots depending on where these bands do set up. It's impossible to say exactly where it's going to set up, but if you're in Buffalo, I know you're ready for this. Tuesday, we'll see it. Wednesday starts to taper off in the afternoon, and then it'll come back Wednesday night into Thursday, and then we are done for the weekend, where temperatures should get above freezing by Saturday, and cloudy conditions, but at least 37. Looks like a sloppy mess for a lot of folks this weekend. Kelly?
And Kim, I'm right with you. Hire somebody younger, stronger.
Absolutely.
Have them do all the shoveling or get a snowblower, right?
It's going to be a pretty lucrative business here for a lot of folks in Buffalo as the snow continues to fall.
When your house loses power, it can be tough for your family. But not if your family
family has a Kohler generator. Restores power automatically in as little as 10 seconds and is backed by a 5-year limited warranty. Kohler generators. Keep your family flowing.
When the power goes out, you'll go on. Contact your Kohler Generators dealer today.
I've been out there most of my life. You name it, I've hooked it. But there's one that's always eluded me. Thought I had it in the blizzard of '93. Never even came close. Sometimes I actually think it's mocking me.
What?
Audi, proud sponsor of the U.S. ski team.
It's just freaking me out.
If you missed this Sunday night on the Weather Channel,
this is crazy.
You'll never know how twisted weather can be.
Is it real?
Yeah, it's real. Wicked Weather Sundays with strangest weather on Earth and American Supernatural. Every Sunday night at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Current. Tonight, late-night thunderstorms. Low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with showers. High 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel mornings.
Apples are good. As Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse? The bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Blah, blah, insurance. Person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. 6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you get to a better state.
Raging wind, rampant storm surge, relentless rain. Hurricane season is here, and so is the First Response Team of America. After a busy spring helping tornado victims, they'll swing back into action wherever hurricanes make landfall. Saving lives and restoring hope. Follow their pulse-pounding hurricane missions on the Weather Channel and weather.com/responders. Proudly presented by Ram, the official truck of the First Response Team of America.
Black Friday savings start right now. So let's open the door to low prices. Yeah, wide open. Let's hurry and save on appliances here and here, from top to bottom. Shop the biggest names and the season's best savings. Let's open up new possibilities with Black Friday prices. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get this Maytag or GE washer, your choice, at just $3.99.
Looking live at Buffalo, New York, it is a winter wonderland out there right now, more like a snow globe as the snow comes down, 32 degrees. We have a lake effect snow warning in effect right through Wednesday. Several inches are expected to accumulate, if not feet, across the western part of New York State.
Wow, the visibility really coming down there here in the last several minutes. Well, right now we're seeing the lake effect snow kick into high gear, that's for sure. The snow event just beginning, and it looks like it's going to be pretty long lasting as well, bringing impressive snowfall totals to places such as Erie.
And that's where we find NBC meteorologist Dylan Dreyer tonight.
Record-setting cold is quickly sweeping the nation, bringing heavy snow and dangerous bitter cold. Some freezing. High winds even spawning 10 tornadoes in the south. More than 200 million Americans across all 50 states will suffer through temperatures at freezing or below tomorrow. Many already in the midst of it. Bad news for anyone trying to travel by air in hard-hit areas like Columbus, Ohio and Louisville, Kentucky, where crews spent the day de-icing planes and shoveling tarmacs. Treacherous ice-covered roads led to deadly crashes in Minneapolis and Indianapolis. At least 6 people killed this weekend. Dozens of spinouts and trucks off the road in Oklahoma. Sleet, fog, and plummeting temperatures will only make travel more difficult, like in Ohio, where the Weather Channel's Mike Seidel is.
Right now, it's easy to clean the snow off this windshield, but tonight the temperatures are going to plummet across the Midwest. A forecast tomorrow morning here of 9. That's a record low, and everything out here is going to turn into a solid sheet of ice.
On the banks of Lake Superior in Ashland, Wisconsin, ice is already forming weeks ahead of schedule. In the south, 100-mile-per-hour winds and tornadoes tore through central Georgia, and an EF2 tornado hit the Florida Panhandle. Watches and warnings have residents on alert tonight as this massive system pushes east. Now, lake effect snow depends so much on the wind direction, and of course where that sets up will determine who gets most of the snow. But either way, downwind of the Great Lakes, we are looking at about 1 to 3 feet of snow to fall through Thursday. In the meantime, it's all about the cold air that's surging in for pretty much the rest of the country, and we will see the cold start to recede a bit by the time we get to the end of the week. In Erie, Pennsylvania, Dylan Dreyer, back to you.
Thanks, Dylan. And you know, this is only the beginning. We're going to see more of that lake effect snow pile up on the lee shores of the lakes and more cold air coming in across those lakes and even down toward the south. Look at this, 21 in Chicago tomorrow, only 36 in Atlanta after dipping well down into the 20s. 30 degrees is all we'll get out of the thermometer in New York City tomorrow, up to freezing for a high temperature there on Wednesday. More snow coming across the lakes. We'll see that all the way from New York State back to portions of Wisconsin. And another system coming into the west is going to dampen things down here on the Oregon coast on into California, where frankly we can use more rainfall there, and even a little bit of snow for the Sierra Nevada, perhaps mixed with rain at times. We're going to see a lot of clearing skies here and a lot of cold temperatures there in Minneapolis and Chicago. By Friday, we'll see more moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico to dampen you down, and some milder temperatures here as well. Looks like some dry football games there. Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, I think it'll be dry for the most part. Probably Florida State and Boston College as well. Temperatures coming up, but still the rain coming down, and we'll see that Sunday and on into Monday in the central and eastern United States. Stay with us for more on America's Deep Freeze.
Even if it's your last one, always share the softness of Kleenex tissues.
In the nation, misfortune doesn't take a holiday. But add brand new belongings from Nationwide and we'll replace stolen or destroyed items with brand new versions. Making sure every season is the season of giving. Just another way we put members first. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Okay, Patrick, one more stop. Let's go base, shark, blitz. Base, shark, blitz.
When the game's on the line.
Okay, this is for the game.
The NFL trusts Duracell Quantum to power their game day communication.
Plug like this, all right? Abort, he's keeping it.
Duracell Quantum lasts up to 35% longer than the competition.
What if there was a credit card where the reward was that new car smell and the freedom of the open road? A card that gave you that I'm 16 and just got my first car feeling. Presenting the Buy Power card from Capital One. Redeem earnings toward part or even all of a new Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, or Cadillac with no limits. So every time you use it, you're not just shopping for goods. You're shopping for something great. Learn more at buypowercard.com.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal the top
Anybody else think Coke seems to taste pretty great at McDonald's? Well, join the club. Now that any size Coca-Cola soft drink or sweet tea is just $1, there's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
My husband worked at a power plant where the asbestos fell like snow.
My dad got mesothelioma from asbestos.
Oh, the diagnosis was devastating.
We chose Cooney and Conway because they're highly experienced in this area.
They were more than lawyers. They were human beings.
There was no money up front.
It showed my sons that there is justice in the world.
Call 1-800-322-5573. Cooney and Conway. Justice with a passion.
Anybody else think Coke seems to taste pretty great at McDonald's? Well, join the club. Now that any size Coca-Cola soft drink or sweet tea is just $1, there's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
When you enter promo code HOLIDAY at Vistaprint.com.
I just wanted you to know.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by LL Bean. 100% satisfaction guaranteed and free shipping every day.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything we sell at LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee of satisfaction. So while they keep guessing what's inside, you can rest assured that they can always take it back or replace it. That's just how we're made. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with showers, high 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Not everyone is complaining about this early taste of winter. Check this out. There's a puppy that loves the snow. This is Piper Pippa, a Siberian Husky, enjoying the snow in Plain City, Ohio. Yeah, that snow's pretty deep in some areas too. My dog loves to get out there and play in the snow as well. Maybe a lot of kids are out there enjoying the sledding. We have quite a bit of snowpack on the ground courtesy of the weekend snowstorm. And you know what? We're going to add to that snowpack coming up in just a moment with Nick Walker. We're going to show you how much the country is actually under snow cover right now. And you'll be amazed to see just how far south it goes. Take a look at the temperatures that are certainly keeping it cold over the next few days. This is what we're expecting Wednesday morning. Record lows are possible. Places like Binghamton, there in Broome County, 12 degrees down to 23 in New York City. So enjoy that 50 while you got it out there right now. 20 in Washington, D.C. Teens from Roanoke over towards Jackson as well. It is going to be mighty cold the next few mornings. So as I mentioned, right now, it's not too bad out there. New York City, Philadelphia, we've had clouds and even some heavy rain and thunderstorms roll on through, but our temperatures are still right around 50 degrees. Just you wait, though, for that wind to shift in direction and usher in that colder air, because we are in the mid-30s. Binghamton, back towards Buffalo, it's 32, and it is snowing out there right now. Here's a look at the much colder air that's going to be diving southward. Our jet stream positioned all the way down toward the Gulf Coast, allowing all that cold air to sink on down toward the Gulf Coast. So temperatures are going to be about 15 to 30 degrees below average, especially pronounced in that area of darker blue, all the way down to Atlanta, Chicago, cold for you as well, even though it's only the middle of November. So temperatures tomorrow morning look like this, below freezing New York and Philadelphia. Not yet in Boston, but it's coming. By Wednesday morning, it's going to be below freezing for you as well, 24. Only in the teens as you're doing some shoveling out there in Buffalo, Jamestown. Temperatures in the mid-20s as we head towards Thursday morning. Nick?
Well, as you mentioned, Kelly, we've got pictures to show you. Every picture tells a story. We got 2 pictures and 1 major story here. This is the snow cover last year at this time. Compare that with this year.
Ta-da.
Amazing. Yes, thank you, Vanna. Very nice. And look how far south. I saw some video from Dallas earlier today of that snow on the ground. Wow.
Someone on my Twitter, said El Dorado, Arkansas has snow cover on the ground right now as well. So pretty remarkable how far south the snow cover is. We're talking about, what, 50% of the country covered in snow.
You know, double it and then double it again when you're talking about the percentages covered here from last year. Just amazing. And guess what? We're just going to add to these totals here. We're already seeing that back into Michigan with those west winds just blowing across Lake Michigan and those west winds blowing across Lake Erie to Buffalo. Now beginning to see that snow.
So not just snow cover, we've got deep snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And we're going to be adding to that several inches because we've got the winds positioned just right. Those cold winds blowing over the relatively warmer waters of the Great Lakes.
A huge difference in temperatures between the water and the air. We've got teens and 20s as far as air temperatures. 40s all the way up into New York, even a 51-degree temperature there over toward Lake Ontario. And this is the kind of snowfall totals we are looking at here. 8 to 12 inches there around Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, even more than that up in the northern
There's
areas.
a lovely shade of pink right there. Northern lower Michigan, we could see 2 feet of snow at least. And we're also going to be tracking that snow across the upper peninsula of Michigan, where some areas could see better than a foot.
And one reason why we might see some of these massive totals is because we have so much rising air. Because of the temperature difference, we could see thunder snow, and that could make it locally heavy here in portions of western New York back toward Ohio.
You know, Cantori loves to capture the thunder snow when he's live. We've got Mike Bettis, by the way. He's been live for us this evening in the northwestern corner of Pennsylvania, so we could definitely have it. Stay tuned as we go through the night tonight, and you'll see, look at that, all the way into western New York State, up to 2 feet of snow in many locations.
Yeah, Mike was talking about he's got a ruler to measure the snow. He may have to trade that in for a yardstick for sure.
Absolutely. Well, our storm specialist Kim Cunningham is up next with expert analysis as we continue tracking this relentless Arctic air. Our special report, America's Deep Freeze, will make sure you know how to dress for tomorrow morning.
Plus, how you need to prepare your children as they wait on the school bus.
Introducing York Minis. A bite-sized way to enjoy the full-size sensation of peppermint and rich, dark chocolate. York Minis. Get the sensation.
Oh yeah, that's going down. Oh, yeah, let's get some rocks back.
Health can change in a minute. So CVS Health is changing healthcare, making it more accessible and affordable, with over 900 locations for walk-in medical care and more on the way. Minute Clinic, another innovation from CVS Health, because health is everything.
Under the roof of a home or business, damage can happen. When it does, turn to the specialists who put help in the palm of your hand. The Ready app and emergency response plans from 1-800-SERVPRO, like it never even happened.
You want to fix this mess?
A mess? I don't think...
What's that?
Snapshot from Progressive. Plug it in and you can save on car insurance based on your good driving.
You sell to me?
No, it's free. Want to try?
I try this if you try not this.
Okay.
Introducing Dance All You Want bladder leak protection from the experts in feminine protection. New Always Discreet underwear for sensitive bladders. Only Always Discreet underwear has soft, dual leak guard barriers to help stop leaks where they happen most. Plus, a discreet fit that hugs your curves. You barely feel it. New Always Discreet. Now bladder leaks can feel like no big deal because, hey, pee happens. Visit alwaysdiscreet.com for coupons and your free sample.
This is where I met your grandpa. Right under this tree.
Some things are worth holding on to.
They're hugging the tree.
That's why we got a Subaru.
Wasn't that tree?
Introducing the all-new Subaru Outback. Love, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Florida's Natural is 100% grown and squeezed right here in Florida by the same folks that own the company.
Taxi!
Where to?
West 76th Street.
We bring that straight from the Grove taste from us, the orange juice growers, to you, the orange juice lovers. And you can taste it in every glass. Florida's Natural. Great taste, naturally.
It's just freaking me out.
If you missed this Sunday night on the Weather Channel,
This is crazy.
You'll never know how twisted weather can be.
Is it real?
Yeah, it's real. Wicked Weather Sundays with strangest weather on Earth and American Supernatural. Every Sunday night at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with showers, high 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Time to adjust to the fall weather before it was winter.
It's a quick changeover,
Yes.
so just be prepared for that. That cold air is really going to come in fast.
We didn't have any fall, like a week of fall, and now we're getting all the snow, so it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy. Welcome back to Weather Center Live. I'm Nick Walker. A cold, hat-wearing, coat-clunching, hot chocolate drinking kind of week we have going on here. To put things into perspective, parts of all 50 states will drop down below freezing tonight. And that means you'll have a frosty start to your morning. For more on this relentless Arctic air, let's turn things over to meteorologist Kelly Cass.
And Nick, we mean all 50 states because in some of those states we're given help with the elevation. Of course, the very high mountains in Hawaii. So even there, you've got those temperatures dipping below freezing. But it's especially pronounced here across the plains and the upper Midwest and certainly around the Great Lakes. We've got all that lake effect snow happening right now. It's 21 in Detroit, 13 degrees in Chicago. You can definitely see your breath when you step outside. 13 degrees in Minneapolis. All those layers coming in handy. And in fact, you're going to need that heavy, thick parka over the next few days. We've got the wind chill values that are just numbing when you step outside. This is what it feels like if you forget to put your gloves on. Feels like -5 in Chicago as well as Green Bay. -4 is your wind chill factor in Minneapolis right now. -1 in Des Moines. So certainly you got to dress for the wind chill factor because that's what it feels like to the body. Here's a look at the very cold air that's diving southward, south of the Canadian border, all the way down even into the southeast where, of course, you know, we don't typically get that many cold days during the course of the year, so the pipes could be a problem. Definitely cover them up or make sure you've got good insulation. Make sure the windows and the doors are sealed properly. Don't leave the pets out for too long either. It's going to be dangerously cold, especially in the heart of it right here. We've got that lighter shade of purple, Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, Rhinelander, on over toward the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. It's also going to feel very cold out there as well. So tomorrow morning, you got those lows dipping down to just above zero. Then we're about 12 degrees come Wednesday morning in Minneapolis, 17 for your low in Chicago. All that snow cover on the ground is really helping to refrigerate that air and keep it cold for a longer period of time. And even Thursday morning, it's going to be cold all across the Ohio Valley back into the plains. Now, Chicago, your average high for this time of the year, right around 47 degrees. We're only going to be in the low 20s Tuesday and below freezing all the way until this upcoming weekend when we finally get a little bit above average for a change. Now let's send it over to Nick and Kim in the lab.
Before we see that change, we're definitely going to see a whole lot more more snowfall. Kim Cunningham, our storm specialist, with me now. And Kim, it's early, but everything in place for a lot of snow here.
Absolutely. And Kelly brought up a good point that it's kind of like a refrigerator now out there, a freezer. We've got all this snowpack and we've got this cold air. It's going to be cold for a little while. I want to show you a visible satellite picture. We're going to pick out a couple of features because this is just incredible. I love the visible satellite. Working nights, it's tough because you don't get to use this very often. So we actually went back in time until about 3 o'clock this afternoon to show you some cool features on this. The big upper level low or mid-level low that's driving this, actually you can see a spin right in here, and that's where that feature was earlier today, right over Lake Superior. There's a reflection of it. You can see the spin right in this area here. But also, Nick, if you look underneath the clouds, everything that's moving, those little streamers, those stratus clouds, look what's left down here in the Ohio Valley. Can you see it? And if you look underneath it, it's snow.
Snow cover. We got lots of it.
You can pick out the snow. Yep, so we've already got snow on the ground, and we've got temperatures well below freezing, as Kelly talked about, and even the potential for flash freezing tonight in parts of the Ohio Valley. So that's a concern, too, that these roadways, they're going to freeze like that, and it's going to cause some slippery roadways.
Tough commute for a lot of areas here. Not quite ready for this, but here it is.
Yeah, and boy, I'll tell you what, these bands already setting up, especially here in western parts of lower Michigan. Also, the southwest winds over Lake Erie, setting up the bands of snow coming into Buffalo and South Towns right now. Chicago, with the big upper level system over the area, we're still seeing some spots of isolated snow showers, but nothing major in Chicago, just some light snow.
It's really been piling up, though, here around Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, and really no end in sight for a few hours here.
No, as long as we have those west winds, Nick, right into that area, we've got 80 miles of lake to work with. We're going to see that lake effect snow continue in that area. And actually, right now, we're still seeing those west winds and also those southwest winds over Lake Erie, and temperatures there in the 20s. Now, you put the temperatures, the lake water, you look at these lake water temperatures in the 40s, you have the surface temperatures, the cold air rushing over that. That cold air is going to warm up a little bit because it's going to feel the effects of these warm lake waters, and that's going to warm it a little bit, and that warm air is going to rise through the atmosphere. That's when the clouds form, and you know what? Those southwest winds persist for at least 24 to 48 hours in many cases, Nick, and that is going to mean some very heavy lake effect snow for some people.
We were talking about the rising motion in the air here could actually cause a little bit of thunder and lightning.
Yes, that intense, rising air, motion in the atmosphere can cause thunder and lightning, and when you get that, you can see 3 to 5 inches of snow in an hour.
Amazing. Okay, here it comes. All right, Kelly, back to you.
All right, thanks, guys. And as you've come to count on, we are out in the middle of this first big lake effect snow slam of the season. Mike Bettis is in Hamburg, New York, just south of Buffalo. And Mike, how well prepared is that area for what could be feet of snow for some of those folks?
Well, I got to tell you, if there's any place that's prepared for it, it is Western New York. And just in the short time we've been here, it's been plow after plow after plow patrolling the streets here. They've already put down rock salt on the road. So I really think they're prepared. And really, people here say it takes at least this much, a foot of snow, to concern them here. That's saying quite a bit because most of the country, a foot of snow would cripple them, right? When we're talking about these snow bands, they're so concentrated. They have such sharp edges. As soon as you're out of a band, you're really out of it. There's no tapering of lake effect snow bands, really. If you saw us the last couple of times we talked to you, it was snowing pretty good. I look straight up overhead right now, stars in the sky, clear skies right overhead. That kind of shows you the delineation between a snow band and nothing whatsoever. So how much are we looking at here? Likely seeing, before all is said and done here in Hamburg and most of the surrounding areas south of Buffalo, a solid 2 feet of snow. Be careful in this, folks. It'll be a wind-driven snow. We'll have blowing and drifting. Visibility will be greatly reduced. I-90, the New York Thruway, is going to be difficult to say the least, and we're talking about snowfall rates, as Kim was alluding to, 3 to 5 inches per hour. That's going to be hard for the plows to keep up with, even here in winter-ready Hamburg, New York. All right, it's going to get pretty cold here as well. Where is it also going to get cold? The middle of the country. Let's check in now with Jay Gray. He is in St. Louis, and I can only imagine this winter that's coming way too early for the Show Me State.
Yeah, no, Mike, you're absolutely right. And it is already cold here right now. It is getting colder as the sun went down. So did the temperature, just like you'd expect. For the most part, the snow is basically over here. In some areas around St. Louis, we saw 2 to 3 inches last night into the early morning here. For most of the day here, just flurries. But it was leading into what will likely be the coldest night of the year. In fact, local forecasters saying it's going to get down to 10, 11 degrees, even lower in some of the suburban St. Louis areas, and it's going to stay that way for a couple of days before it warms back up into the 40s by the end of the week here. Talking to a lot of people on the street, what they'll tell you is, hey, we haven't even had Thanksgiving yet. We've already got snow on the ground. We're already seeing temperatures in the teens at some point, wind chills in the single digits. What's happened to the calendar? So yeah, a lot of people weren't ready for this, say they're not ready for winter to start at this point, and a lot of people in this area afraid this is a sign that it's going to be a long, difficult, and very cold winter. Again, not much snow left for this area, but just bitterly cold temperatures that are going to continue through the night and into tomorrow. Kelly?
All right, Jay Gray, looking mighty cold out there this evening in St. Louis. Thank you so much. Who knows, maybe that January thaw will happen early this year as well. Maybe in December instead. Well, significant lake effect snow is in the making right now. Some places measuring that snow in feet instead of inches. Coming up next, what areas will get hit the hardest? Plus, not exactly sure what lake effect snow is. We are breaking it down for you straight ahead during this special report on Weather Center Live. And taking you live now to Buffalo, New York, where a lake effect snow warning is in effect right through Wednesday evening. The snow has been light for the most part. So far, a little more than a half an inch of snow, but much more is expected as we go through the next few days. Stay warm out there. We'll be right back.
Currently, tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with showers, high 71. Chance of rain 60%.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hankook Tires.
Hankook Tire. Be one with the road, no matter the conditions.
See this? It shows the pressure points at my tired, achy feet.
I had no clue I was putting this kind of stress on my feet.
I have flat feet. I found this out at the free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center at Walmart. In less than 2 minutes, I got my foot map and my custom number. I'm a 440.
I'm a 210.
340.
That number matched the Dr. Scholl's custom fit orthotic inserts with just the right support to help relieve stress on my feet. I'm a believer.
Go to drscholls.com for locations and save $10.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery in high-tech devices. Up to 6 times longer than the other leading brand.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Melissa. How cool is it that you can save up to $35 when you open a Walmart credit card account this holiday season?
Super cool.
Hey, with all those great savings, you're going to need a bigger stocking.
I'm way ahead of you. What?
What?
You'll get $25 back when you spend $75 on your new account. Then you can get another $10 when you spend $75 more.
Santa loves me.
How does he feel about me?
He thinks you're okay.
Walmart. More ways to Christmas joy.
Apples are good. A Strongbow hard cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse? The bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Black Friday savings start right now, so let's open the door to low prices. Yeah, wide open. Let's hurry and save on appliances here and here, from top to bottom. Shop the biggest names and the season's best savings. Let's open up new possibilities with Black Friday prices. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Save over $800 on the Samsung French door refrigerator.
There is no car in this accident. Because there was no accident. Volvo's most advanced accident avoidance systems ever. The future of safety from the company that has always brought you the future of safety. Give the gift of Volvo this season, and we'll give you your first month's payment on us.
For the year. Hi, sorry, just want to say, I bundled home and auto with State Farm, saved $760. Love this guy. So sorry.
Okay, does it bother anybody else that the mime is talking? Freaky.
Savings worth talking about. State Farm.
Well, most people know that storm chasers go after tornadoes and hurricanes, but lake effect snow bands?
Yeah, last year, our winter weather expert Tom Nizzle joined scientists in western New York to brave the wind, the frigid air, and the snow to plunge straight into one snow band, all in the interest of science.
As bitterly cold winds dumped blinding snow downwind of Lake Ontario, researchers were keeping watchful eyes on the storm from inside a Doppler radar on wheels.
What I see is a lot of winds coming very strongly from southwest of our radar location.
From the University of Wyoming Plain,
literally, we're getting snapshots of the kinds of particles inside these clouds.
From a weather balloon equipped with electronic instruments. While this huge research project called OWLS was analyzed by computer,
those vortices are causing these little hooks of weaker reflectivity coming in.
Veteran snow researcher Bob Ballantyne and I got ready to drive north and do what we call punching one of the lake effect bands. Okay, boys, we're ready to roll. At first, things are pretty calm, but as we head further north into it,
snow crystals, to me, look like they're changing. They're getting bigger now.
They're getting bigger.
Definitely getting bigger. And the wind is really blowing here. You can see, you almost get into whiteout conditions.
And now we are definitely in the heart of the band.
We're just going to kind of take it easy now. We're definitely down, to me, it looks like a quarter.
Yeah, maybe not even that.
And I would venture a guess that it's not all that windy out there right now. This stuff is just...
Yeah, trees aren't moving much at all, tree limbs.
Well, this is what we expected with a shift in wind today to push this band north. The radar showed it, and the computer models all had a really good handle on this, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so, and this time at least.
More data helps those computer models produce more accurate forecasts. Researching lake effect storms is similar to other research associated with warmer weather.
Same Doppler radars are used for tornado chasing.
The difference here is rather than chasing the tornado, those radars we set them up and let the band come to them. The OWLS project is going to provide a lot of information and data that is going to help us understand these snowstorms a little bit better. It's also going to help us to forecast them better, and those forecasts are going to lead to better preparedness and action by the public.
It will also help those who live far from the Great Lakes.
This study is going to give us insight not only into lake effect snow, but how energy gets transferred between the water and between the land and the air. That happens over the whole planet.
And while storms like these aren't the easiest to live with, better forecasts can make a big difference.
If weathercasters could tell us better the exact locations, we could plan whether we want to get out of town for a few days or stay here and deal with it.
In Oswego, New York, I'm winter weather expert Tom Nizzle for the Weather Channel.
And it all depends on the wind direction. Of course, your temperature, too, that determines what type of precipitation you do get. But this time of the year is when we really start to see that lake effect snow machine kick into high gear, because you get those cold air masses working their way across the relatively warm waters of the lakes. But later into the winter season, you get frozen water, especially over Lake Erie, and then the lake effect tends to get cut off quite a bit. So this Arctic air is all the way down toward the south. It is really on the move tonight through the Tennessee Valley, down into North Georgia, and of course it is is the wind that is really picking up that moisture off of the Great Lakes and sending that snow to the other side. So here's a look at the winds when you get them from the west and northwest running over Lake Superior, of course, Lake Michigan. We've been seeing a lot of lake effect snow this evening in the southwestern corner of Michigan. And then, of course, you also tend to see that snow piling up downwind of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. The Tug Hill Plateau is also set to see perhaps up to 2 feet of snowfall accumulation. So as I mentioned, the waters are relatively warm, and I'm talking temperatures in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. Very cold air working its way aloft, and you get a lot of instability when you're talking about a temperature difference like that. That warm air begins to rise, and of course that moisture gets sent downwind courtesy of those strong blowing winds, and depending on your temperature on the other side over the landmass, that determines, of course, if you're going to get that snow first of all. And yeah, those snow squalls can develop in a hurry. We're talking about reduced visibility. You could be driving along with blue sky overhead and then hit one of these lake effect snow bands, and then you're down to almost zero in some cases as you're traveling the New York State Thruway, and especially Interstate 81, where we tend to see a lot of lake effect snow this time of the year. The green indicating where we have still the rainfall closer over the lake, the warmer lake waters. Downwind of there, though, you hit some of that colder air. It is snow flying across the Adirondacks this evening, and you're going to see quite a bit of snowfall. In fact, more than 2 feet in some of these locations. Nick?
Well, the visibility is already down in places like Buffalo right now as the winds have been gusting up to around 30 miles per hour. We're getting a little bit of a respite from the snow, but a whole lot more on the way. Your winter weather update just ahead.
Raging wind, rampant storm surge, relentless rain. Hurricane season is here, and so is the First Response Team of America. After a busy spring helping tornado victims, they'll swing back into action wherever hurricanes make landfall, saving lives and restoring hope. Follow their pulse-pounding hurricane missions on the Weather Channel and weather.com/responders. Proudly presented by Ram, the official truck of the First Response Team of America.
Sunday nights. When the wind blows. The Weather Channel unravels nature's darkest secrets.
I saw something. I don't know how to explain it.
Every Sunday.
It's a story that's got a life of its own.
A new tale of weather legend.
It may have just looked like a storm, but they were dealing with something far worse.
American Supernatural. Sunday nights at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with showers, high 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
At Panera Bread, our hearty all-natural turkey chili is back in season. Slow cooked with turkey raised without antibiotics. Tart tomatillos, chilies, carrots, edamame, and more. The savory spice of the chili pairs perfectly with the black bean hummus and the fresh crunch of Napa cabbage blend in our Southwestern chicken flatbread. And it all comes together in a You Pick 2 made just for you. Only at Panera Bread.
Brighten your rainy day with Panera Bread's chicken tortellini Alfredo with Caesar salad.
And so you can see, you're like right here, I can just, check my policy here, add a car, speak to customer service, check on a claim, all with the tap of my Geico app.
Oh, that's so cool.
Well, I would disagree with you, but that would make me a liar.
No, dude, you're on the Jumbotron.
Yeah, I pretty much walked into that one.
Geico. Anywhere, anytime. Just a tap away on the Geico app.
Earning unlimited cash back on purchases. That's a win. But imagine earning it twice. Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It lets you earn cash back twice. Once when you buy, and again as you pay. It's cash back, then cash back again. And that's a cash back win-win. The Citi Double Cash Card. The only card that lets you earn cash back twice on every purchase. With 1% when you buy.
PCmatic won first place in the Virus Bulletin Rap Test, the most prestigious security competition in the world. PCmatic from the United States outperformed all its foreign competition. This victory is independent third-party validation that PCmatic is the best at blocking viruses and keeping your computer safe from modern threats like CryptoLocker. At $50 for 5 computers for 1 year, PCmatic is a great value, but PCmatic is much more. PCmatic makes your computers faster and more reliable even after years of use. PCmatic supports Windows XP, keeping it secure and running as good as the day you bought it. PCmatic has a full, no questions asked 30-day money-back guarantee. And PCmatic is supported by Americans whose first language is English. To get top-rated, world-class security that also keeps your computers running great, go to PCmatic.com. That's PCmatic.com.
Looking for a new breed of broker? There's a name for people like you. Trade King. Switch today.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight, wild weather at 8. Coming up next.
Welcome back for your winter weather update. I'm in the lab with our storm specialist, Kim Cunningham, and we're talking about the evolution of Winter Storm Bozeman, right?
Right, you know, because actually what came in behind Bozeman is what's helping to bring this Arctic blast here to the country. So we're going to track this coming into the Pacific Northwest here last week, latter part of last week, coming out into the plains. You can watch the evolution of this. But really, I think, Kelly, what I want to focus on is what happens once it gets to the East Coast. Did you notice the big dump? That's one thing I could think of. You know, this whole, just like an Arctic dump coming right into the central U.S. And that's what we had coming in behind Bozeman. So Bozeman's no longer, but now we're left with the bitter cold and the lake effect snow. That's a big story.
And laying down that layer of snow that helps to kind of refrigerate the air above it.
Right. So it's going to take a little while, I think, to get temperatures, you know, back to normal or back to average anyway. So this is what we were left with, anywhere from 3 to 5 inches, 5 to 8 parts of my hometown in Cincinnati. And Mom said that she got about 6 inches of snow on the west side of town, and she'll get about 6 inches there. And actually some records were set here, Kelly.
Yeah, we did have quite a bit of snowfall. How about 1.5 over Springfield? And, you know, a lot of this is impressive for the middle of November. And look how far south, even into Arkansas.
Right, and we've been talking about, you know, last November, we had nothing, right? It was December that we had the big snows. It's what a difference this year has made in this area. So very impressive already here in November for snowfall, but also temperature-wise. I mean, this is amazing. We're talking teens already. It was like a flash freeze, I think, hitting the Ohio Valley, where we went from temperatures in the 30s to all of a sudden dropping well below freezing. And a lot of that snow that fell, a lot of it's freezing on contact.
And then we had that brutal wind that goes right through you, and that is sending our wind chills down.
Yeah, when you factor in that wind, you know, even a 10-mile-per-hour wind can drive the wind chills down. And here in Chicago, it feels like 5 degrees in Chi-Town. So it's bitterly cold. I know you guys are used to the cold, but I don't know if you're ready for this in November yet. And numerous record lows expected again for tomorrow morning.
All these black dots representing where we could see record lows all the way down toward the Gulf Coast.
Look at that.
Yikes.
Even here along the Emerald Coast, you know, people go down there to escape the cold, and well, relatively speaking, it is going to be warmer there than it is to the north, right? So record lows possible. Many of these cities will see record lows tomorrow, including Huntington with temperatures into the teens. And to go along with that cold is the lake effect. And Kelly, I want to show you this because I know you're familiar with this. I was saying this earlier, that if you didn't know better and you thought it was monsoon season or something, you know, in the Southwest, you think it was like a haboob or some kind of a dust storm coming into Buffalo.
This is actually a snow boob. I don't know.
That's a good one.
Lake effect snow band that basically just reduces visibility. Did I just say that, really?
You did.
Across western New York State. And Buffalo itself, Kim, I was noticing at the airport only 0.6 of an inch, but you don't have to go too far from there where you pick up a lot more.
No, it's very localized. I mean, like you were saying earlier, you know, you go from sunshine, you know, and you're fine. All of a sudden you go into zero visibility and you're into one of those snow bands. And we may see something like this in Buffalo here the next 24 to 48 hours. And already seeing signs of some of the lake effect snow as well.
I would love to see some pictures out of here right about now.
Yeah, so guys, tweet us, you know, or send us pictures pictures on Facebook. We'd love to see some of that.
I just drew one.
That's okay. I can erase it. But it was beautiful. But looking at those southwest winds, or those westerly winds, especially in this area, Kelly, because that's a perfect, well, now I lost it, trajectory for that area to get the snow. So as long as we keep that fetch over the lake, then we're going to see that lake effect snow. In some areas, especially that part of Michigan, we'll see 8 to 12 inches of snowfall.
I mean, it's just not going to quit for hours.
No, it's going to be with us. As long as we keep that trajectory, that wind trajectory, which we are forecast to do, we're going to see plenty of snowfall. And actually, the forecast is, our computer model is forecasting out some of these bands. We're going to see it set up, especially here on the southeastern shores of Lake Erie. And again, the south towns, thinking this is where we're going to see some of the heavier snow bands set up. And it's a perfect scenario for this.
And by the way, Mike Bettis is in Hamburg, just south of Buffalo. Wouldn't it be cool if we got some thunder snow at his location? Because in a situation like this, you can actually get thunder and lightning with the snow.
As a matter of fact, one of our forecasts for Erie, Pennsylvania, it's the first time we've seen it, actually, thunder and snow, that I've seen it on a forecast. I mean, actually on an icon, thunder with snow. So yes, it's expected to happen because it's such a dynamic system, and meaning a lot of cold air over that warm lake water can become very unstable. We can get some snow, thunder snow from this. So very exciting times. If you like snow, I mean, this is definitely for people who love snow. This is perfect. Maybe 3 to 5 inches per hour, though, maybe too much for folks to handle. That's going to be maybe into Buffalo, maybe even here into the Tug Hill Plateau as well.
All right, and there it goes, especially I-81 around the Watertown, Fort Drum area. Watch out. It's going to be like a whiteout at times.
Be careful, folks.
All right, Nick, back over to you.
And Kelly's invented a new meteorological term, snow boob. That's a good one. Hey, let it snow. It might be a little early to start singing that, but Old Man Winter's definitely here. Inch after inch of snow, record low temperatures, relentless Arctic air. It's all part of America's deep freeze.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with showers, high 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This is a Weather Channel special report, America's Deep Freeze. Our team is out in full force as we watch the relentless Arctic air push east, bringing some of the coldest temperatures we've seen so far this season. We're also looking at lake effect snow. That machine really kicking into high gear. And boy, this is going to be one long-lasting event, bringing impressive snow totals. Some places could see several inches of snow per hour throughout the night.
Yeah, we could see feet of snow, as a matter of fact, making travel very tricky, especially in the western parts of New York State, northwestern Pennsylvania as well. But we're also talking about severe weather because we've had tornadoes as well. Several of them already confirmed doing some damage out there across parts of the South. We could see more storms rumble through tonight. We are covering it all for you from the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. You're watching a special edition of Weather Center Live, America's Deep Freeze.
Hey, we want to thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Nick Walker.
And I'm Kelly Cass. And when we talk about relentless Arctic air, we are not kidding. We're talking all 50 states, or at least parts of them, experiencing temperatures below freezing tonight. How's that for an early taste of winter? We're talking approximately 225 million people who will see below freezing temperatures.
And that continues a record-breaking week. Take a look at some of the numbers we're talking about. We've been talking about, look at this, the number of records up to 23 now. And the states affected, well, there's been, 11 of those affected for the record highs.
I think we're going to tack onto that, too.
Yeah, we really will. Okay, let's talk more about where we are headed with all of this, because we're going to see this Arctic air really invade areas in a relentless Arctic attack across the South, including here in Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, get this. Look at this statistic. Since 1878, only 9 years have had highs in the 30s on or before November 18th. We're going to see one of those tomorrow with a high temperature of only 36 degrees. And then watch the temperatures fall down to 21 degrees by Wednesday morning. Record lows are possible as we head through parts of the South. And get this, freeze warnings, freeze watches all the way from South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida too, across the Deep South all the way to Texas. So this is going to be some brutal Arctic air invading many areas and lots of freezing temperatures. They're already sub-freezing here in Memphis, getting close to that around Jackson, Mississippi, 35 degrees in Atlanta. Miami's still warm, 79 degrees after tying a record high of 87 degrees today, but you too will feel some of this colder air, not nearly as brutal as many of us will, but it looks like a lot of us are going to see those high temperatures 15 to 30 degrees below what would be considered average for this time of year. Yeah, it's early. Look at this, 19 degrees tomorrow morning in Nashville, 23 by the time we get into Wednesday morning. We'll be down to 21 there in Atlanta, and Thursday morning a little bit of moderation, at least back up to the freezing mark in many of these areas, but far cry from normal, that's for sure, Kelly.
And Nick, the Lake Effect Snow Machine is also cranking into high gear as it typically does this time of the year. Our own Mike Bettis started the day in Erie, Pennsylvania, and he moved on over towards Hamburg, New York, just south of Buffalo. Mike?
Hey, good evening to you. It's got to be, pins and needles just waiting for the snow here in this part of the world. It's going to be a pretty epic snowstorm as we've been highlighting for you here all evening long. We're back into a little bit of light snow now as another band is going to roll its way back in. Light snow here. We've got snow and blowing snow in around Buffalo. We're just south of Buffalo a little bit. You get into town, you're going to get into some of those bands tonight, and it really begins in earnest tonight and lasts throughout the day tomorrow. It's blowing and drifting snow. And the defining line of that snow band may be right over Buffalo or maybe slightly north of Buffalo, but it doesn't go very far from Buffalo, that's for sure. It's from the city all the way down through South Towns here and then on your way down toward the Pennsylvania state line. Now, as far as what we're looking at this evening on the radar, we've been in and out of the snow bands. We're back into it now, right along the lakefront here, and maybe a little embedded lightning in the eastern shores of Lake Erie. Talking about that thunder snow, it could be coming our way. Haven't seen any lightning, haven't heard any thunder out here, but you never know. It could come at any time. And we'll watch for 3 potential days of snow here in a place like Hamburg and most of the cities that are south of Buffalo and Buffalo itself. It could be a 3-day event. Want to let you know this, that the all-time single-day snowfall record in Buffalo is 25 inches, technically 24.9. Kim, I'm really wondering if we may not threaten that record of 2+ feet of snow in one single day tomorrow.
You know, I wouldn't doubt it, Mike, especially if the computer models are correct on this. I mean, we're not going to see a break from this. So, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it at all. All right, guys, let's go ahead and talk about this system, and we're going to check back with Mike here in the next half hour. We're going to show you now the water vapor imagery and show you where this cold air is coming from that's helping to support this impressive lake effect event. And everything's coming, of course, out of Canada, right? The Arctic air. And actually, a lot of times when you get the low actually settling right here around James Bay or Hudson Bay, that's a good place for it to start to see a lot of that Arctic air and that lake effect snow to begin. And that's what we're seeing on our water vapor imagery. So we still have the upper level trough back in here. The flow is like this. So that is helping us with this lake effect snow as well, especially when you have the winds, not just at the surface, but through about 10,000 feet at the same direction. We're going to talk about that in more detail in just a moment. But at least right now, looking at the radar, we've got some of these bands setting up off of Lake Erie, off of Lake Michigan, and also Lake Superior, all with this Arctic air bleeding over these warm lake waters, and those west winds off of Lake Michigan helping to support the lake effect snow bands, the southwest winds coming in off of Lake Erie, and folks in Erie, we may see some heavy snow as well here very soon. As you can see, the bands are just off to your west at this time. Cleveland, this is not the right trajectory for you, so when we get those more of those westerly winds like that, that's more for Mentor all the way up towards Ashtabula and Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties. So looking at Buffalo, here comes that snow, and as Mike showed you, maybe a little bit of lightning just off to the west. So we're starting to see the dynamics of this really come into play, and if we do get some thunder snow, we could see snowfall rates maybe 3 inches per hour. Per hour, that's what Mike talked about, that maybe we could see a record with this one if the forecast is correct and that band sets up right where it's supposed to. So we're looking right now now with those southwest winds. I'm going to overlay this red line over what the wind trajectory is for right now. Now, it looks like by tomorrow around 2 o'clock in the morning, it is still the same. It doesn't change, does it? Now, this is what we look for Buffalo to get slammed with snow. By 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it's still the same. Maybe slightly a little bit more towards the southeast a little bit. So maybe it's going to fluctuate, maybe from the north towns to the south towns of Buffalo. It's somewhat difficult to say at this point what it's going to do. By 2 o'clock in the morning, we continue to see that. Now, we're going to catch a break from the lake effect snow Wednesday afternoon. Look what happens to our winds in advance of our next front. They come to the south, from the south. That's going to end the lake effect snow. But guess what happens? It's going to come back again with the next system that comes through. So expecting water temperatures to stay in the mid-40s. Cold air over that means more lake effect snow. Back to you guys.
Kim, thanks so much. A wild weekend of weather, including some severe storms, is carried over into the start of a new week.
Take a look at this. Damage from Twiggs County, Georgia. A confirmed tornado is blamed for this.
Who are you?
Daddy, this is Blair. He booked this room with Priceline Express deals and saved a ton.
I got everything I wanted. I always do.
You seem nice. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin. Blah, blah, insurance. Person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. 6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you get to a better state.
If you have high blood pressure like I do, many cold medicines may raise your blood pressure. That's why there's Coricidin HBP. It relieves cold symptoms without raising blood pressure. So look for powerful cold medicine with the heart. Coricidin HBP.
Need a lift? CoverGirl and Olay invented facelift effect firming makeup. Luxurious coverage plus the firming power of a night cream to plump skin with moisture. New facelift effect makeup from Olay and easy, breezy, beautiful CoverGirl.
Hard time forgive it, even hard to forget it. Before you do something,
Are we going to get them? Yes. I'm not talking to the CIA analyst. I want to hear from the woman who loved my son. I'm going to end their lives.
Katherine Heigl in State of Affairs premieres tonight after The Voice on NBC.
Current Tonight, late night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with showers, high 71. Chance of rain 60%. Tuesday night, showers early, low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Look at this! Listen to that! See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Dad, I know I haven't said this often enough, but thank you.
Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are uniquely thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. If you're a current or former military member or their family, get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Apples are good. As Strongbow Hard Cider, better. But Strongbow over ice is the best. Enjoying Strongbow over ice with your slow-motion horse? The bestest. Strongbow, world's #1 hard cider.
Break the ice with breath-freshening, cooling crystals. Icebreakers.
Welcome back, everyone. That is Buffalo. If you can see past the snow, it's in there somewhere, Nick. Of course, it's a winter wonderland, or more like a snow globe right now, with that snow really picking up in intensity. We have a lake effect snow warning in effect right through Wednesday evening.
Yeah, I'm afraid that visibility is just going to be a big problem here throughout the night. And right now, we are seeing the lake effect snow kick really into high gear. The snow event just beginning, and it'll be long-lasting, building impressive snowfall totals to places such as Erie.
That's right, and that's where we find NBC meteorologist Dylan Dreyer tonight.
Record-setting cold is quickly sweeping the nation, bringing heavy snow and dangerous bitter cold. I'm freezing. High winds, even spawning 10 tornadoes in the south. More than 200 million Americans across all 50 states will suffer through temperatures at freezing or below tomorrow. Many already in the midst of it. Bad news for anyone trying to travel by air in hard-hit areas like Columbus, Ohio and Louisville, Kentucky, where crews spent the day de-icing planes and shoveling tarmacs. Treacherous, ice-covered roads led to deadly crashes in Minneapolis and Indianapolis. At least 6 people killed this weekend. Dozens of spinouts and trucks off the road in Oklahoma. Sleet, fog, and plummeting temperatures will only make travel more difficult, like in Ohio, where the Weather Channel's Mike Seidel is.
Right now, it's easy to clean the snow off this windshield, but tonight the temperatures are going to plummet across the Midwest. A forecast tomorrow morning here of 9. That's a record low, and everything out here is going to turn into a solid sheet of ice.
On the banks of Lake Superior in Ashland, Wisconsin, ice is already forming, weeks ahead of schedule. In the south, 100-mile-per-hour winds and tornadoes tore through central Georgia, and an EF2 tornado hit the Florida Panhandle. Watches and warnings have residents on alert tonight as this massive system pushes east. Now, lake effect snow depends so much on the wind direction, and of course where that sets up will determine who gets most of the snow. But either way, downwind of the Great Lakes, we are looking at about 1 to 3 feet of snow to fall through Thursday. In the meantime, it's all about the cold air that's surging in for pretty much the rest of the country, and we will see the cold start to recede a bit by the time we get to the end of the week. In Erie, Pennsylvania, Dylan Dreyer, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Dylan. Let's take you through the next few days here and show you where we're going to find that cold air, both interceding and then receding here around much of the nation. We're going to find it tomorrow for sure. Look at these high temperatures. These are highs, by the way. 21 in Chicago, 16 in Minneapolis, not getting up to freezing in New York City with a 30-degree high temperature and more lake effect snow here, particularly around the eastern lakes and even piling up there in some of the mountain areas. More behind that here on into Wednesday as those west and southwest winds still rake across the lakes, and we're going to see more of that snow pile up to the tune of maybe feet in some of those lee shores. Then we've got another system coming into the west. Look at this on Thursday. Rain in the lowlands, snow up high, but up high might even include the Sierra Nevada. Yeah, we need a whole lot more snowpack where that came from with this dire drought situation still lingering. Here on into Friday, watch the temperatures come back up here around Dallas to the 60s, upper 50s there in Atlanta. Moisture will be in the form of rain here around Texas, Louisiana, and up through the Mississippi River Valley. But it's going to be snow back up here into the northern Rockies, even the central Rockies as well. On into Sunday, we got some wet football games that we're going to play here. Looks like the Eagles, the Patriots, the Bills, the Bears, all dealing with that wet weather here. And then on into Monday, we'll be dealing with more of that too, from south to north, and then more colder air and snow coming back in behind it. Minneapolis, another dose for you. Kelly?
Still ahead, Nick, we're taking a closer look at the relentless Arctic air that's locked in place. America's deep freeze continues, and yeah, even New York City, that cold air is knocking on your door. Temperatures today weren't bad in the 50s, but it's going to be brutal tomorrow with those 30s around. We've also had some big airport delays in and around New York.
良質熟練の技革新1000年の歴史を持つ文化が最先端の製造技術を使うと待てよあれこれってクライスラー
Reliability is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200. America's import.
Even if it's your last one, always share the softness of Kleenex tissues.
Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery in high-tech devices. Up to 6 times longer than the other leading brand.
Black Friday savings start right now. So let's open the door to low prices. Yeah, wide open. Let's hurry and save on appliances here and here, from top to bottom. Shop the biggest names and the season's best savings. Let's open up new possibilities with Black Friday prices. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get this Maytag or GE washer, your choice, at just $3.99.
This week on the Weather Channel Mornings, with winter weather in full effect, relentless cold has settled in across most of the nation. When will it let up, and how will it affect your travel? And we reveal the
2014, 2015, 2020.
That's right. Get January 2020 interest-free financing at Rooms To Go, along with big store-wide holiday savings in every department, including the new Sofia Vergara collection, plus 2020 interest-free financing.
That's a long time from now. Come see for yourself.
Imagine interest-free financing until January 2020.
Pretty amazing, right? Of course. It's Rooms To Go.
A ballpark flame grilled patty with the guys. Can it get any more American? Boom. Made with 100% beef, bold, juicy, ready in about a minute. Flame grilled freedom.
Eczema can just really put a damper on a lot of things. Constant itching and scratching. I'm not myself.
Gold Bond Eczema Relief Cream. Used daily, it's proven to relieve 5 frustrating symptoms of eczema.
Gold Bond Eczema Relief really works.
Flat. Holiday shopping at NoMoreRack.com is safe, simple, and convenient. It's called NoMoreRack.com.
Look at this! Listen to that!
See this winter like never before. Amazing starts here. The Weather Channel Mornings.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by LL Bean. 100% satisfaction guaranteed and free shipping every day.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything we sell at LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee of satisfaction. So while they keep guessing what's inside, you can rest assured that they can always take it back or replace it. That's just how we're made. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Tonight, late-night thunderstorms, low 71. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain, 40%. Tuesday, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 71. Chance of rain, 60%. Tuesday night, showers early. Low 59. Winds north at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain, 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back, everyone. Not everyone is complaining about this early taste of winter. Check this out. This is Pippa, a Siberian Husky, enjoying that snow in Plain City, Ohio.
Come on.
Yeah, I think the owner is liking it too. Just out there playing in the snow. I mean, you got to just kind of make do, right? If you're going to have that much snow this early in the season, might as well have a little fun out there. But if you do go out there, make sure you've got lots of layers on, because those temperatures are going to be brutal the next couple of days, helping to keep that snow around on the ground for a longer period of time. And in just a moment, we're going to show you some impressive snow cover all the way down into parts of the south right now. So temperatures are going to be like this Wednesday morning. We're talking about possible record lows. If we get to 23 in New York City, that'll be a record for you. 12 in Binghamton, 20 in Washington, D.C., and even right along Interstate 81 in southwestern Virginia, Roanoke, getting down to 17 degrees. So temperatures for now are actually pretty good. We had some showers and even some thunderstorms not that long ago from Cape Cod right on back towards New York City and Philadelphia, creating massive airport delays well over 2 hours. But the temperatures are still in the upper 40s. Just you wait, though, until that wind shifts in direction and brings in that colder air, because right now it's only 29 and snowing hard in Buffalo, 35 in Binghamton, and currently 39 degrees in Burlington. But eventually that cold air will swing on through. It's already impacting parts of the south as well. So definitely make sure the pets are not out in the cold for too long. And of course, the pipes might need to be covered up. It could be an issue in parts of the deep south, where temperatures are going to be about 15 to 30 degrees below average. Chicago, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Detroit, a lot of these areas are going way below average. Tomorrow morning, we're below freezing in New York, not quite yet in Boston, but it's going to happen on Wednesday morning for you. 21 in Augusta, Maine. We're going to be down to 17 degrees in Buffalo as you dig out from your lake effect snow. 33 degrees in Washington, D.C. when you wake up Thursday morning. So get up a little extra early, get the car and the heat started a little bit earlier, because those temperatures are going to be below average for much of this upcoming week here in New York. Nick?
And we know what you're thinking. You know, this is early. Yeah, we get that. And especially when you compare it to last year, you're thinking, I don't remember this last year. Well, you didn't have it last year. This was last year's snow cover around the United States, some here in the Rockies, the Northern Plains. But look at what we have this year, Kelly. Wow!
Yeah, look at the snow, Nick, all the way down into the heart of Texas and parts of Arkansas and Oklahoma. Some pretty thick snow cover at that, too.
And the percentages are just amazing. We've got 4 times as much area covered than we did last year. Whoa, it's got me stumbling around, too. I tell you what.
More than half the country dealing with snow cover compared to 12.5% just last year. And so mid-November, we've already got that snowpack on the ground, and we are adding to the thickness of that snow cover across the lakes.
We've already added a few inches here around Michigan as those west winds come over Lake Michigan. And now we're adding to the totals in Ohio and up toward the Buffalo area, where temperatures have fallen down to the freezing mark, and those winds just whipping across pretty warm waters here.
Yeah, relatively speaking, we've got the temperatures over the lakes in the mid-40s, and even over here near 50 degrees across the east end of Lake Ontario. So given that, and then you get the really cold air blowing across those warmer waters, you get that instability leading to, in some cases, thunder snow. We're seeing lightning on the radar west of Lake Erie.
And it's going to be around Mike Bettis very soon, we think. And look at the totals we're talking about. 12 to 18 inches here possible in portions of Michigan, maybe as much as 2 feet there in some of the northern areas.
All right, we're going to need the snow blowers for this one, right? Not just the shovel. And even across parts of the Northeast as well, we get those lakes involved like Erie and Ontario. As we go deeper into the winter season, we get a lot of ice that typically forms over Lake Erie, and then we don't see as much lake effect snow. But right now, it is open for business.
Wide open, and that's why we're seeing the snow and even some blowing snow there around Buffalo and even into the interior there of portions of New York. As much as 2 feet of snow here through Thursday could fall in that corridor between Erie and Buffalo.
Very dangerous traveling conditions for sure. Our storm specialist Kim Cunningham is up next with expert analysis as we continue tracking the relentless Arctic air.
Our special report, America's Deep Freeze, will make sure you know how to dress when you wake up tomorrow.
This is a